My parents stole my Nintendo Switch and kept it hostage. I'm 20 years old and moved out of my parents' house at 18 because I really can't stand them, and for every reason you can imagine. They were idiots. They favored my younger siblings, used me as a free caretaker, and told me what's mine is mine and what's yours is mine, along with all that nonsense. When I left, my dad told me not to let the door hit me on the way out and not to come back. I got the smallest, cheapest apartment I could find and have been working full-time for 2 years. My parents couldn't even go a month without calling, begging me to come back home because someone else had to watch my siblings. I refused because I finally had time for myself. Eventually, my dad called and demanded I return home and pay rent because family is more important than my personal independence. I told him my life is also important, and for once, I was living for myself. He said, "Let's see how long you can last without us." We didn't speak for months. I managed fine on my own. My family slowly seemed to accept that I wouldn't return on their terms, and over time, things seemed to improve. They occasionally begged me to watch my younger siblings, though the two closest in age were now mid-teens. Recently, I bought a used Nintendo Switch for myself, only able to afford one game, Mario Kart, but it came in a bundle with the console at a good price. One Saturday, my mom dropped my 2 younger siblings off at my apartment and ran off. I ended up stuck with them all day. When she finally returned after 9 p.m., I made it clear that I wouldn't babysit for free anymore. The next morning, I realized my Switch was missing. I called my parents. One of my siblings had taken it. I said I would come get it immediately, but my mom said I could wait because the younger sibling was playing with it. I insisted it had been taken without permission and would be returned. When I arrived, my dad refused to give it back unless I agreed to help more with the siblings. I stayed firm, threatening police involvement if necessary. Eventually, my mom intervened and the Switch was returned to me. I made it clear, if this happened again, I'd involve the authorities first. Afterward, my parents tried manipulating me to babysit for free. I told them they could pay me in advance or I wouldn't do it at all. They were furious, but I stood my ground. I was an adult with my own life and they had to accept it or get lost. Weeks later, my mom left my younger siblings at my door again while I was working. I had a simple plan. I went out the window and called a neighbor to watch them. The police came and picked up the children. My parents were furious but couldn't do anything. My dad didn't get in trouble since he was at work, but my mom ended up with a minor police record for child abandonment. Thanksgiving came. My parents invited me, expecting a trap. My dad demanded I return home and help raise my siblings. I said no. When he approached aggressively, I defended myself physically, leaving him with a broken nose, black eye, and 2 knocked-out teeth. I had my phone recording the whole time, proving self-defense. My parents could no longer control me. I was stronger than him, and I planned a better future for myself with a new job and savings. My siblings recognized my actions as standing up for myself and understood that at 18, I deserved to live independently. My parents may try to sue me for medical bills, but it will likely fail, and I have legal support if needed.
Update 1. I can't believe I forgot to post this for nearly a year. I saw my original Reddit post again and realized I never gave an update. There were minor police interactions and a few fights at the end. About 3 months after the Switch incident, my parents suddenly called wanting me to watch my siblings. I told them I would only do it on my day off, for payment, and with meals included. They were furious, but eventually accepted my terms. Update 2. I now understand why my parents tried forcing me back on Thanksgiving. They were expecting my mom's 6th pregnancy. One of my siblings discovered my Reddit post and showed it to my parents, who then came to my apartment yelling. They blamed me for the family problems. I stood my ground, knowing the police would support me if they overstepped. I made it clear. I am an adult, I do not belong to them, and I won't babysit for free. Update 3. After mentioning my mom's miscarriage, I decided to confront them directly. I went to their house, and my mom had visible injuries and used crutches. She showed me a small urn with ashes from the baby, confirming the miscarriage. She explained she slipped while hurrying to a doctor's appointment. My dad tried blaming me again, but I reminded them that the porch and railing were their responsibility. I left, telling them I no longer considered them my parents, would file a restraining order if necessary, and would protect my siblings from similar treatment.